All right, this video is going to talk about setting up the Commerce7 storefront. It's hosted on Commerce7, and if that's what you're looking to do, then you're in the right place. So first, let's take a look at what it looks like on the front end so you get an idea of kind of what it looks like. So first of all, we have, of course, the logo here in the upper left. We have a main menu, we have a login and cart here. Then as we scroll down, we see this personalization block where you can go ahead and enter whatever text or imagery that you would like to add there. And then down below, we have a collection of current releases, or the wines page, where it'll show all of your wines or all of your items that you have available right now. As we scroll down further, we see a newsletter block. So if you want to enable that, that will display here. And then down at the very bottom, we have footer information. Now let's go back up to the main menu, and these are other collections. So for instance, if I click into Summer 2022, here's my Summer 2022 collection. If I just want my reds, there's my reds and my whites, just showing my one white there. And then if we go to the clubs page, if you do have clubs, then this is where your clubs will show up so that you can have folks sign up. And then when people sign up on them, it shows the club form. We also have a login here and a cart. So the slide out cart. Obviously, there's nothing in there right now. When you click on the logo, as in many sites, it takes you back to the home page. So I'm going to go back into Commerce7 so we can see how we set this up. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my dashboard, then go to settings, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see the storefront template. First thing you want to do is enable that storefront. And at any time during your configuration, you can click on View Storefront and it will take you right to your storefront so you can take a look at kind of your progress and anything you want to change, etc. So going right down the page here, let's head into General. Now this is where you can decide to show your club link and your newsletter subscribe link. You can also show a reservation link there too if you have reservations enabled. And finally, you can add Google Analytics code if you want to be tracking these pages. So we click Save there. Now we go down to the Appearance section here. I'm going to click on the pencil. Now the primary color is going to be the color of the buttons. So as we scroll down, you'll see these orange buttons here. If we go over to the clubs page, you'll see the orange buttons there. So that is what you want to define there. When you click on it, you will need to choose something in here. So if you choose a different color with your mouse, it will then choose the color for those buttons. If you do have branded colors that you want to enter in here, then you'll want to enter in your RGB numbers in here, and then that is what will show on your buttons. Here we have header font and body font. And as you can see, there are a lot to choose from here. You can also enter a URL of your custom style sheet if, for instance, your designer has provided you with one. Up here, we have the browser icon, and that's going to be, or it's sometimes called a favicon as well, and that's what shows up here in the tab. And then we have the social share image. So what this is anytime that you go to post on social media, this is the little icon that will show as part of your post. All right, I'm going to save this section. And then we scroll down to the Contact Us area here. When we click on the front end and go to the footer, you'll see the Contact Us here. And that is where that verbiage is. So when we go back over here, you'll see that verbiage here that you can change. So that's it for the general configuration, but there are other things that we need to set up so that everything looks the way that you want it to. So if we go back to the front end, you'll see this logo, and down at the bottom, you'll see this phone number. So let's see where we set that up. Going back into Commerce7, let's go to Dashboard, let's go to Settings, and we go to General. And that is where the logo is pulling from. And then down here is where the primary phone number is pulling from. Okay, heading back into the front end, So first I want to talk about what the wines are that are showing here on the home page. In the storefront, we deal in collections, so collections of SKUs, and there are different collections that you can make appear in different places. In this case, we are showing the wines collection. Up here, just to give you another view here, we have the summer 2022 collection that shows here. We have the reds collection, which just has my one red wine here. We have the whites collection, which shows my one white wine. And then again, let's go back to the home page. And right now we are talking specifically about the wines collection, and I'll show you why. Going back into Commerce7, on the dashboard, go to Store, and go to Collections. So here we see the collections we were just looking at. We have the reds, the whites, the summer 2022. Those correlate to the main menu up here. Then we have the wines collection. So let me click into this guy, and you'll see here the verbiage that's associated with it. Let's go back over here so we can see that. So wines, current releases, something for everyone. Enjoy those wines before they sell out. And that's what we see here. Over on the right here, we see where this collection is available. It's available on the web, which is why we're seeing it when we go to the storefront. And I also have it available for all the other sales channels as well. As we scroll down, we get to the conditions section. So in this case, I left it very broad because this is on my homepage and I want everyone to be able to see everything that's available for web purchases. So I just made it super broad. Product type is equal to wine. So any SKU that has a product type of wine and is set to display on the web is going to show in that collection on my homepage. Now let's go back into collections so I can just kind of show you what these other ones look like. So let's look at my summer 2022 collection. And as you'll notice as we scroll down, we don't see conditions here because it's not dynamically updated. Instead, this one is manual. And when we go to the products tab here, we see the ones that I manually added here. You can learn a lot more about collections in the collections articles. So if you want to go a little bit deeper into it, you certainly can. Okay, back out here on the dashboard. Next up are personalizations. So here we are on the front end, and for instance, this right here is a personalization. This is called the homepage personalization. And then down at the bottom here, we have the newsletter personalization, and that's this area right here. So back into Commerce7, we'll go to the dashboard, we will go to marketing, we will go to personalizations. So here are the two blocks. We have the homepage and the newsletter. Let's click in the homepage first. And you'll see two sections here. The one we want is the product collection section. Click on edit. And as we scroll down, we do see that this is the wines collection that is shown here. And again, that correlates to this collection here. And as we scroll down further, we see the verbiage that can be added as well. And again, as we scroll up, we see this. And as you can see, there's a whole text editor here. You can also, add an image if you would like to, etc., etc. You have quite a bit of flexibility in here. As we scroll down further, we have conditions. So this particular personalization is going to apply to customer equals everyone. Again, I want this one to be very broad. I want everyone to see this particular personalization block and this collection because everybody who's visiting my site, I want them to see it, no matter who they are. So keeping that very broad, I'm going to go ahead and save that option. And that is that for the homepage personalization block. Let's go back here, and now let's look at the newsletter personalization block. Edit that guy, scroll down, and again, here is the verbiage that we see as we scroll down that we see here. Scrolling down further, this is where we have conditions for this particular block. So this one is one or more of these conditions. We want folks who are not already subscribers, right? We want folks who are either anonymous, meaning that they're not logged in, so we don't know if they're a subscriber or not, or if they are logged in, they're not a subscriber yet, but we want them to be. So that's why we are offering up that particular block. If the person who's visiting does not fall into one of these categories, meaning they are logged in and a subscriber, they will not see that block. So that's about it for personalization blocks in the context of setting up your basic storefront, but I would encourage you to go out to the documentation to learn more about the personalization blocks because they are incredibly powerful from a marketing standpoint. So I'd head out there to take a look. Okay, the final thing we're going to take a look at here are website messages. And these are messages throughout the website that can be configured and edited. So first of all, let's go over to the dashboard and then let's head into settings, scroll to the bottom and go to website messages. Choose the front end version V2 because this is going to be in Commerce7's V2. And here we go. The first one is the cart help, and it says need help, call us, and it brings in the phone number that you entered in on the settings general. So let's look at what that looks like. I have some wine in my cart. I'm going to proceed to checkout, and here we go. Need help? Call us at this number. Back into Commerce7, let's go back to our list here. Checkout and club sign up footer. So we see here privacy policy and terms of service. So we're going to go back to the front end here, and at the bottom we see privacy policy and terms of service. You will also see those at the bottom of the main storefront page. Terms and conditions, privacy policy. Now, a word about linking these guys. This is not something that lives on Commerce7. In other words, you're not going to be editing your privacy policy or terms of service within Commerce7. Instead, you're going to link to wherever it's located on your main site. Alrighty, and then let's go to the checkout message. This one has some important 21 years of age or older messaging. Let's see where that lives. So I've already added wine to my cart and I have proceeded, and here it is. The 21 years of age or older messaging. Going back over here, and let's take a look at the email marketing message. By subscribing, you agree to receive marketing communication. So let's take a look where that shows. So anywhere where the customer is creating an account, they're going to see that. So in this case, I am purchasing as an anonymous person so far, and now it's prompting me to go ahead and, hey, you want to have an account? Well, if you do, you'll need to check this box because you are agreeing to receive marketing communication. So it's going to show up here. It will also show up if you go to log in, create an account, and again, this is where it's showing here as well. And then finally, empty cart. You don't have any items in your cart. So let's see what that looks like. Going to my cart that does have stuff in it, but let's remove it. You don't have any items in your cart. So that's about it for the storefront. Certainly if you have any questions at all, please do let us know. We'll be happy to help.